Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope a Dope Report after the fight box score. I am your host, Chris Carlson, and I'm going to break down the whole card, the Amir Khan versus Barrera card. Let's start. Actually, I saw the 3:30. I'm Central Time Zone, so 3:30. It was the first live feed of it. But then they had a 7:30 on DirecTV. I saw that one. I have to warn you, I'm a little drunk. I'm having a little nightcap too. It's my buddy's birthday tonight. What am I going to do? I got a little buzzed, watched the fight. That can happen. So if I stutter, I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't remember this guy, Matthew Hall. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a great knockout. Look for that on the undercard. I think it was like a 4-round fight for some kind of chump-ass championship. You know, like the North American Boxing Championship. Some kind of chump championship, but this guy had some good knockouts. Actually, it was kind of a highlight knockout reel this whole night. It was pretty cool, except for the last fight. Let's go to Roman Martinez, Rocky. That's his nickname. He likes to go by Rocky. He was taking on Nikki Cook from England. He actually had the belt. It was a great 130-pounder fight. I thought Martinez came out strong. He kind of got shook, kind of got hit, did a little stutter step from Nikki Cook. Martinez I'm talking about. Nikki got him with a good shot. He actually recovered well, and I thought in the third round came out really strong considering how hard he got hit. Rocky Martinez in the fourth round knocked out Nikki Cook. Knocked him down the first time. He looked bad. And you know, sometimes on the first, let's say you get knocked down 3 times, if on the first or second when you look shaky, they're probably going to stop it on the third. Well, I think this was the case. The first one, he looked pretty bad getting up. I'm talking about Nikki Cook. And it was like, whoa, I don't know if he's going to make it. Then Rocky Martinez finished the show, ended it, I think, in the 4th round. So congratulations, salud, cheers, skull for Martinez. I think it's Roman Rocky Martinez. He's the new 130 champ. And I'm looking, you know, he's a young guy. I've seen him before. I think he's got a future. He should be at least in some good fights. Let's go to Enzo. I want to get this name right now. Enzo Maccarrone versus Afolabi. Now, Enzo came out strong in the first round. Second round got shook by Afolabi. Afolabi then shook him, right? I mean, he was holding on to the back of the rope. He was holding on to him. Enzo looked really, really hurt, okay? After that, he made it through that round, the second round. Third round to the 8th, looked great. He was kind of doing the Calzaghe, the kind of pity-pat sting you to the body, then up, but, you know, just scoring points. Winning rounds, basically putting rounds in the bank the whole time. He was up big on most cards. I'm sorry, I just burped. Then all of a sudden, 9th round, what is his name? Afolabi came through with a highlight punch. One knockdown is all it took. It was over. The match was over. You got to see it. If you haven't seen it, just, you know, if you have seen it, I got some questions for my... I got questions for you guys to comment on. Sorry, I'm a little buzzed. I want you guys to comment on these knockouts and which was your favorite of the night. Me, I think Ola got it. I think that guy came out of nowhere. He is actually from London, trained here by Freddie Roach. You know, like I said, he was looking like garbage except for the second round, that whole fight. But then Afolabi came through and with a crazy, crazy comeback knockout. Now, the main event, Amir Khan against Marco Antonio Barrera. I had mixed feelings about this fight going into it. I didn't want to see Barrera this old, but then again I figured, well, he's at 135, you know, so he doesn't have to get way down in weight, have to make 130 or anything like that, and he's going against Amir Khan, so I figure, you know, he might be able to at least look good. Well, I thought he looked decent. Now, let's see, I would say, well, Amir Khan, he looked better, hands up most of the time. If you saw him in the past, he would kind of stick and move, but then stay around and kind of admire his punches, like they say in the business. You know, boom, boom, and then kind of like showboat a little bit, put his hands down. You saw his hands up tonight. You saw the 1-2, 1-2, and get out. And actually, you saw the 1-2 and move, 1-2 and move. So he wasn't just going backwards or had his hands down. So I think there's improvement. I want you guys to tell me how you feel about this. Leave a comment of this video. Do you think Khan looked great tonight defensively, or was he just fighting an old shot fighter? I think Barrera actually answered in the first handful of rounds until the third round. I wrote it down. I think it was the third round. Third round, huge, I think it was third. Huge headbutt, and it was an accidental headbutt, but Barrera got cut really high up here so he could go a couple rounds, but pretty soon it was just all blood, and they actually had to stop it in the 5th round, so it's a technically knockout. He didn't go down once. For those who didn't see it, you know, Barrera looked pretty good, man. I mean, he answered. He was getting hit a lot, don't get me wrong, but I guess he didn't look as bad. You know, he fought like a warrior. They stopped the fight to see, you know, to check the doctor to see if the cut was going to be okay. He made it through that. And then it made it through a couple more rounds. And like I said, they'd have like all the cotton and the bandage, all that stuff on the cut. And the second he would get up and they'd show a shot of him, you just see a stream of blood. So at some point that was going to be, it was going to be stopped. I do think Amir Khan was beating him though, fair and square. I mean, he looked good tonight. He looked like he was boxing. He didn't look like he had his hands down much. He looked like he was getting in there 1-2, 1-2, and getting out. Once in a while staying around for a 3, 4, 5 punch combo, but he was mixing his punches up tonight. He had his speed going, and like I said, he just looked a little better, had his hands up. But anyway, this is another edition of the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. This is the box score edition, and all the fights that you ever see, any kind of video from me, any kind of predictions, like previews and predictions that I have, or any kind of news that I talk about future fights, I'm going to have a box score after the fight, like tonight after the fight, or, you know, at least by Sunday I'll have it. It all matters if I'm, you know, if my schedule's free to actually watch the fight live. A lot of times I'll work or have something planned and then watch it like later in the night. So anyway, you guys have a good night. Hopefully you enjoyed all the good KOs. And anyway, like I said, Barrera fans, I'm sorry, Amir Khan. You know, what's this do? I want you to tell me, what does this do for Amir Khan's you know, image as a fighter and just for his record. Anyway, this is the Rope-A-Dope Report. Peace.